I heard somebody say you don't get out of life what you want, but you get out of life who you are. We enter into spaces and places, and subconsciously we begin to scan the room. You know who you're supposed to be in proximity to with respect to your subconscious program. But we've been talking about this over the past couple of months. The fact that most of our subconscious programs come from a limiting, self-sabotaging, and disempowering place. So if this is your experience, it looks like we need to do some internal work. If this has been your experience, if you continue to come into proximity with people that hurt you, it looks like we need to do some internal work. If you keep coming into proximity with things that don't bless you or elevate you, you need to do internal work. If this is your perpetuated experience, it's now time to look within and stop looking outside at everything that's happening. We suffer from that. We all look at the hand we've been dealt. Check this out. You can deal me any hand, and I guarantee you, I'm still going to win the game. Because winning is a part of who I am. And I'm not getting out of life what I want. I'm getting out of life a winner. And the things that winners get, I get because I have pre-programmed myself to be a winner. So the choices I'm going to make are going to be conducive to winning. Are you getting a hold of this? Not because I've learned the game, but because I spent time developing myself on the inside. When we get to the place where we start to think better thoughts, when we get to the place where we start to make better choices, then we'll have better experiences. Are you getting a hold of this? The behavior patterns will change. Now you start to live out a life that is conducive to greatness. But it starts on the inside. It's an internal conflict taking place. I shared with you last week that even today, as you take on a new thought, to contradict the comfort zone that you're in. Because yes, I come to snatch you out of that comfort zone. You're in a place of comfort. It's a perpetuated hell, though. You decided after trying to reach and pull yourself up by your bootstraps that enough's enough. This must be my life. If that had been the case, you wouldn't be here. When you attempted to raise your head this morning, when that alarm clock went off, you would have laid back down and suffered at the hands of what it is that your experience is. But you pressed beyond that. You got up and pressed past that. You got up and pressed past the depression, pressed past the emotion, pressed past the sadness to get in the car, to get here because you had an expectation that there was going to be a life-changing experience on today. And I come to meet you right where you are. But I'm not about to sugarcoat it anymore, Uncle Tony. Because I don't have time to sit back and wait on you to figure it out. You have enough. Wake up. Everybody looking at you can tell that you're an eagle. But here you're pecking around with chickens. Look at that eagle over there eating feces with the other chickens, getting ready to be slaughtered. Look at, she don't even know that she's an eagle. And we can't eat her because it's against the law to eat eagles. Oh, you'll catch it in a minute. Look at this eagle that don't know his or her identity. Isn't that something? What other people can see in you, can see around you. But you know what they're doing? They're figuring out how to get away with devouring you. Eagles weren't meant to be consumed like chickens were. Eagles were meant to fly and soar higher than all the other birds. Why? Because of the way they were made. In a hurricane, the eagle don't succumb to the winds of the hurricane. But you know what the eagle does? He uses the winds of the hurricane. Oh, I'm going to say something. In other words, the very winds that are destroying everything and everybody else, the eagle now looks at it from a different perspective. I have an opportunity to fly higher. The eagle doesn't sit back and complain about the fact that everything around him is being destroyed by this hurricane, by this circumstance, by this trial. Everyone else is complaining about it, but the eagle has a different mentality. He says, you know what? I haven't flown and soared this high in a very long time. This thing came to destroy everybody else, and I could look at it as it destroyed the nests that I had. It scattered all the food that I'd put away. It did damage to the tree I used to hang out in. Are y'all seeing it yet? But instead of me looking at what the winds did to my life, I'm an eagle. It's time for me to take these winds and ride the winds of circumstances and soar higher. But when the eagle got there, he wasn't by himself. There were other eagles that also understood that to be an eagle is to take another look at the hurricane. And when he got up there, he met other eagles soaring along with him. Will you be a chicken today? And I can see an eagle soaring. Will you decide on today and make a choice to continue complaining about what's going on in your life? You were born an eagle. You have the DNA of greatness. You're deciding to complain about things that are happening in your life that have the power to have you soar to heights you've never soared before. On today, I want to challenge you all to make some better choices. But in order for us to make better choices, we're going to have to decide to do some work.